You'll be a 4, yeah.
Let's meet the visiting team.
All right, Coach, we're headed down the home stretch here. What's the mindset across the league?
Well, it all depends on where you are, Brian, in the race. If you're in playoff contention, then you've got a natural motivator, and that's where you're focused. If you're a team that's out of the postseason picture, you're probably already thinking ahead to next year.
1, 2, 3. Cancun. Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. They've got Tari Eason, Thompson out there with Fred VanVleet. Then there's Alperen Sengun. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. The 3 from Thompson, and that comes off the assist by Durant.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
And it's stolen by VanVleet. Outside Eason. Takes the 3. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Thompson with a steal. Pass to Sengun. Second chance effort. Over McDaniels. Hits the jump hook.
You gotta love how Sengun attacks on the interior.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
And they got to the line at a good clip, but couldn't cash in, and it ruined their chances.
And missed free throws are killers, especially when you consider how many they missed. Hopefully, they stay late to practice after that one.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. That one drops for him.
No hesitation from the big man, Randall. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Well, Coach, Minnesota turning back the clock last year. Most of their lineups had multiple bigs.
Yeah, and we saw how effective it was, especially on defense. Minnesota led the league in defensive rating by a wide margin, and that length was a key factor.
Here's Conley. Pass to DiVincenzo. Off target from outside. And it's Eason penetrating. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And Minnesota with possession here. They trail by 9, and the shot goes in.
And not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
To the middle. And Sengun throw it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Randall. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Conley looking for an opening. Randall on the screen. It's hauled in by Houston. And with their last victory, this team reached the 50-win mark on the season.
And they should be proud of what they've been able to accomplish. You can't just luck your way into 50 wins. You got to be a good team to reach that feat.
DiVincenzo with it. He's picked up by Eason. From outside, off the mark. Houston with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. For 3, Durant. McDaniels with the rebound.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Now here's Randall. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Randall's gotten his second bucket.
And yeah, Randall is absolutely a threat from in between. Something the D has to recognize and adjust accordingly.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. Smith, he's checked in for the Rockets. Okogie comes in for Van Vliet. Conley with the ball. Pass to Randall. Over Eason. Outside for Randall. Second shot opportunity. And he takes it up and lays it in. Randall's got 6 points.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce for an injury update on Anthony Edwards. What'd you find out, Allie?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the Timberwolves provided some information. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while.
All right, Allie, thank you. Sadly, that's not the news fans were hoping for, guys.
Definitely not. Seems like he's got a long, tough road ahead of him.
That's just awful news. You really feel for the guy, and you know everyone in the NBA family is wishing him a speedy recovery.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Got a hand on it.
And putting his length to good work. Smith gets aggressive and finds the block.
And that one's good by Durant.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Well, that's already his second foul, and that puts the coach in a tough position.
Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Edwards comes in for Clark. Eason, a screen on Conley. He gets it in there. He has 7.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Timberwolves trail by 12. Now Edwards, yet to see a basket. From the top of the key, he buries it.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Fades. The rebound by Ingles.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Pass to Conley. Shoots over Durant. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Brooklyn.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's Houston. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you have to love their activity level at the defensive end, racking up those steals.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Shannon in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
They're calmly knocking it down. Şengün looks zen-like at times.
Houston foul. Shepard. First personal foul. First team.
Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. And a change for the Rockets. Fred Van Vliet is checked in for Shepard. Van Vliet against Conley. Back to Reid. Fires for 3. The shot, no good.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And there's Smith. That one's good. On the assist by Şengün.
And looks like Smith is already getting stronger. He's looking to add some muscle, and that finish through contact is a great sign.
Here's Okogie. He's guarded by Conley. Smith with a screen on Reed. Şengün uses the glass to finish the layup. Şengün's got 5 points in the quarter.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ingles is checked in. Here's Şengün. Off the left rim and out. Timberwolves trail by 17. And here's Edwards outside. Another miss by Minnesota.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Smith. And it's Houston scoring again.
And you have to like the patience there. Smith reading the defense and then attacking.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Conley. Thompson, he's checked in for Houston. Reed passes to Gobert. And here's Edwards. Gobert inside, defended by Şengün. Pass to DiVincenzo. To end the run, and all around the rim that time before dropping. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, good recognition there from Reed to realize that his best decision was to move the ball.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And the call will be against Fred VanVleet. That's his first foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
And the Rockets making a change here. Durant's checked in. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Amin Thompson.
Well, you can tell this team looks to Anthony Edwards to set the tone on the floor. His intensity becomes their intensity, and let me tell you, his intensity is always high.
Finney-Smith checked in for Thompson. Durant, no good. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's an 18-point game. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. And that'll wrap up what has been a 5-game homestand for them.
Great timing by Randall. He has such good instincts at the offensive end.
And he comes up with a bucket.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense. You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him. And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Edwards, that's good.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
And stolen by Edwards. Fast break, Minnesota. And DiVincenzo with a basket on the assist from Edwards. DiVincenzo's got 4 points in the quarter. So it's both teams making substitutions here, and we have just about a half a season left. Here's our latest power rankings. You look at the Timberwolves, they've stalled a little bit, looking to get something started and make a move up the ladder.
Well, I think for Houston, they continue to look incredibly dangerous. The cohesion and teamwork they show on a nightly basis has a lot to do with that.
And he gets that one. Durant's got 10 points in the game.
Watch how Durant disrupts the defense with the pick and roll, creating an opening for himself.
And there's 1:38 left in the second quarter. The Rockets lead by 18. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Here's Smith. And he gets it to go from the high post. Give him 8 points now.
And very few teams rely on mid-range jumpers nowadays, but that's been their preferred way of finding points.
McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Shannon. Three-pointer off the mark. Houston has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Timberwolves trail by 18. To the inside. Gobert passes to Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall, right side. Nice D from Durant.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Pass to Smith. And it's all from three-point range. Minnesota has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Certain guys can remake their games to fit the times. Randall's worked on his right hand and his jump shooting. He's a much more versatile threat now at the offensive end.
That one's no good.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
Here's Durant. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Houston shooting their first free throws of this game. And both free throws good for Durant. 5 ticks left in the first half. Here's Randall. And so it's Houston out in front by 19 going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right now in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
And moving on, time to check out the midseason NBA Power Rankings.
You know, right now for Minnesota, right about where we left them at last check. They're solidly in that playoff picture.
It'll be interesting to see how their season progresses. This team could go deep or wash out early. Hard to guess either way, man.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Kicking off the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. We've got Alperen Şengün. Kevin Durant is out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Thompson in at the 2 spot. McDaniels, that's good.
Look, when McDaniels can hit the 3, that really helps their spacing.
Houston leading by 16. VanVleet, the pass to Durant. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Durant's got 14 points.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Smith, he's checked in for Thompson. Edwards, a pass to DiVincenzo. Shoots it from the high post. Edwards, no good.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Down low. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Edwards. DiVincenzo driving. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that player.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the medal? A look at the 2K leaderboard when it comes to second chance points. The NBA leaders over the last month. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
And the energy this team plays with on the offensive glass is infectious. They simply don't give up and keep after plays, which has boded well for them.
Pass to Edwards. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Randall can't hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. And a look now at Minnesota's upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Portland Trailblazers. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And you know, for that matchup with the Thunder, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
That's a perfect 4 for 4 to open up the second half. Couldn't have asked for a better start after the break.
Oh, a nice read by Smith. Now, he saw the lane and hit it.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. And the foul on Jabari Smith. That's his first foul.
They're having a hard time with fouls. It's still early, but one more and they'll be over the limit.
Edwards looking it over. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Houston leading by 23. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
Gobert, nice touch on the shot from close range.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. To the paint. Over to the left wing. For three, Smith. To the right side. Pass to Durant. Another shot. And he drains it, making him 7 for 15 for the day.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense is all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Here's DiVincenzo. Rockets with a rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds in the game. The Rockets have gone 6 of 7 and appearing confident in this half. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level of interest, it merited primetime coverage and exposure.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's been a hit. Durant with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Here's Edwards. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
And there's Durant. That one's good. On the assist by Şengün.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game, first here in this second half.
Inside. Randall, good. Randall's got 13.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
DiVincenzo against Smith. DiVincenzo, the pass to Randall. From deep. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Count that one. Durant's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And Conley subbed in for Anthony Edwards. And a new group getting ready for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Finney Smith comes in for Eason. Okogie's checked in for Durant. And Holiday subbed in for Van Vliet. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Clock at 6. Pass to Shannon, beyond the arc. Okogie pulls down the board.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this. Woo-hoo, just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's Conley. Here's Randall. Can they get it? And the layup is up and in. 15 points in the game.
A relentless offensive rebounder. Randall simply does not give up on the boards.
To the inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Houston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And the number 3 pick in the 2022 NBA draft, Smith Jr.'s ceiling is considered to be very high.
12 seconds left in the third quarter here. For 3, Randall gets the 3 to fall. Randall's got 9 points in the quarter.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Got it up. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Houston. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Clark in at the 3 slot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Capella. Oh, a special move before that shot.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Outside Edwards. Conley finds Edwards. Off target with the 3.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Smith. Nice D from Reed. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 37% from the floor at this point. Conley up top. Ooh, poked away. Stan, you've always been known as the style police. We're used to seeing the home team in white, but you look around the league now, there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, and that's before you even get to the neon shoes some of these guys are wearing. The NBA palette, Brian, has gotten a lot more adventurous.
Smith, and the Rockets tack on 2 more.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight, not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Here's Conley, right side Reed. Plenty of space. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Such a confident shooter. Reed was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
Holiday from long range. Here's the three. Clark grabs the board. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. The shot by Conley, no good.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Smith, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Outside Conley. Off the mark there with a three. The Rockets have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Here's Smith. Clark grabs the board.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Here's Finney Smith. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it.
The assist, Okogie.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Conley against Holiday. Reed to screen on Holiday for three. Conley. It's hauled in by Houston. Smith's got 7 rebounds in the game. Launches it. Clark grabs the board.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And the ball out of play. The Rockets will have it.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Green's checked in for Houston. Shepard comes in for Holiday. Shepard, that's good.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Pass to Gobert. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Here's Shepard. Misses the layup. Minnesota's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Pass to Randall. Here's Gobert.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Edwards for three. It's hauled in by Houston. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Offensive board. Goes back up. Nice move. And there's Shepard. That one's good on the assist by Capella.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Rockets.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so they powered through to their 51st win of the year.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Alperen Şengün.
I think his biggest contribution may have been on the boards. He kept plays alive and denied second chances.
Tate's checked in for the Rockets. Holiday comes in for Shepard. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And over the years, Randall has stepped up his role, an assertive scorer and a natural leader.
The first one falls. Smith, he's checked in for Houston. And Randall drops them both. And the Rockets shooting a terrific 58% from the floor. Smith passes to Holiday. Back to Smith. Shoots over Randall. Smith no good. Minnesota with the ball. Pass to DiVincenzo. Oh!
Wow!
And that one is stuffed right through.
They're on a little run right now, but I'm wondering, where was this energy earlier?
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
And you talk about a guy who has all the tools and a great work ethic, too. Jabari Smith. Wow.
And he sinks the second. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside McDaniels. Lets the three fly. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, usually McDaniels plays it pretty cautiously at the arc, so he really must have felt good about this shot.
The three, Smith. McDaniels with the rebound. Outside, DiVincenzo. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game.